You're about to step into a strange space, one where the edges of reality feel thin, where silence carries a pulse, and where every shadow holds the possibility of someone, or something, still lingering long after their final breath. As you listen, I want you to let your mind wander to the places you've avoided, the thoughts you've pushed down, the memories you aren't sure were ever just dreams. Because tonight, we're not just talking about ghosts. We're exploring the possibility that they've been trying to reach you, whispering from the corners of your life, waiting for you to finally pay attention. Think about the stories you've heard growing up. The cold rooms, the footsteps on empty floors, the figures seen from the corner of your eye. You probably dismissed them, didn't you? Or maybe you tried to. But deep down, you've always known that there's something more. Something that refuses to be fully explained. Ghost sightings don't follow logic or courtesy. They happen in the middle of ordinary moments. Late-night walks, quiet hallways, abandoned buildings, or even in your own home when you think you're safest. Let me take you to one of the most documented regions of ghostly encounters, the old mining towns of the American West. People report seeing translucent figures wandering deserted streets, lanterns swaying in hands that no longer exist. Men who died in cave-ins, trapped in shafts of darkness, are said to call out for help long after their bodies were recovered. Some visitors swear they've felt the grip of unseen fingers on their shoulders, urging them to turn back, as if the dead are trying to protect the living from the same fate. But maybe distant deserts feel too far removed. So imagine this instead. You're lying in bed, almost asleep, and suddenly the room temperature drops. You feel the air shift. The kind of shift that doesn't come from a breeze, but from presence. You don't see anything at first, but you feel watched, observed. And then you notice it. A faint silhouette near the doorway, darker than the dark around it. No sound, no movement. Just a figure standing there, as if studying you, deciding whether to stay or fade away. People always ask, why do these things happen? Why do ghosts appear to some and not others? The truth may be simpler than we think. It's not about fear. It's about connection. Some spirits seem to cling to locations that held deep meaning in their lives. A childhood home, a place of tragedy, a spot where a memory was frozen in time. Others attach themselves to people, especially those who are emotionally open, intuitive, or unknowingly sensitive to energetic imprints. And if you've ever felt that sense of being followed by a presence that has no form, you might be one of them. In ancient cultures, ghost sightings were not just accepted, they were expected. The Romans spoke of lemures, restless spirits wandering familiar paths. The Japanese told stories of yurei, driven by powerful emotions, unable to let go. Indigenous tribes across the world believed that spirits walked alongside the living, guiding them or warning them. Maybe we've grown too arrogant, too dependent on scientific explanations, forgetting that for most of human history, the boundary between worlds was seen as thin as veils of mist at dawn. Today, people document these encounters with cameras, audio devices, thermal scanners. Technology has become our way of reaching into the unseen, and while skeptics laugh, the evidence keeps piling up. Shadows moving against the direction of light, voices captured saying names no one present would know, figures appearing in photos where no one had been standing. These aren't tricks of imagination, they're patterns. Patterns that repeat across continents, across time, across cultures, as if every piece of the world shares the same strange truth. The most compelling cases often happen when logic collapses under the weight of what people experience. Like the family who moved into a century-old farmhouse. They woke to the sound of footsteps wandering the stairs. The father saw a woman in a white dress drifting through the hallway at dawn. The children complained that someone kept sitting at the edge of their bed at night, even though no one was there. They thought they were losing their minds, until the neighbors explained that the woman who once lived there had died waiting for her husband to return from war. She never left the house, and maybe she still hasn't. But here's a question worth asking. Do ghosts know they're dead? Or are they trapped in loops, replaying final moments, repeating routines, unaware that time has moved on without them? Some sightings seem like echoes, like memories stuck on repeat. Others look at you, respond to you. They turn their heads, follow your movement, react to your emotions. Those ones don't feel like recordings. They feel present, intelligent, intentional. And then there are the places, locations where sightings are so frequent that even skeptics hesitate to stay after dark. Old hospitals where the cries of long-gone patients echo through empty corridors. Schools that shut down after tragedies but still host the faint sound of children laughing in rooms with no desks. Battlefields where soldiers appear as pale apparitions surrounded by smoke that shouldn't exist. These places carry emotional weight like gravity, pulling remnants of the past into the present. You might wonder, if ghosts are real, why don't we see them all the time? Maybe because they need something: energy, emotion, a moment of vulnerability. Paranormal researchers believe that fear acts like a beacon, drawing activity closer. Others think that spirits appear when the living are at a crossroads. Grief, change, heartbreak, doubt. It's almost as if the dead come forward when they sense you're drifting, trying to remind you of something, or warn you about what's coming. Whatever they are, wherever they come from, one thing feels certain: these encounters are not random. They happen with purpose. They happen with timing. They happen when you least expect it, but perhaps when you most need it. So as you listen to this, take a moment to revisit your own experiences. The flicker of a shadow that shouldn't have been there. The whisper you heard when you were alone. The feeling of someone sitting beside you on a silent night. The vivid dream of a person long gone, speaking to you as if nothing had changed. Maybe you dismissed these things as tricks of the mind. Or maybe, just maybe, you caught a glimpse of a world brushing up against ours. Ghosts may not be here to frighten you. They may be lost, confused, curious, or simply unwilling to let go. And if you ever feel that sudden chill or sense that you're not quite alone, don't panic. Don't run. Just pause. Listen. Because you might be standing in the presence of someone whose story didn't end when their heartbeat did, and who's been waiting for someone like you to finally notice.